What's happening, guys? So I was woken. Oh, I was actually technically awake already, but I received a phone call this morning from a very, very good friend of mine. Some of you may know him as Stand Up Man. He did a fantastic book on female psychology and dating within the framework of human relationships, an ebook he has available. If anyone wants that, send me an email to sydneymigtow@gmail.com. And he's just released his book called How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You, which I'm very excited about. But he called me this morning and he let me know the news. Avi Yemini, upon entering the United States, has been denied access. Now, why has he been denied access? And who is Avi Yemini, for those of you who don't know? He's a Jewish Australian, outspoken against radical Islamists. Not outspoken against Islam, just against radical Islamists. And he recently went on the Jim Jeffries show. When I say recently, I mean months back. Jim Jeffries flew him over to the US. They let him in that time, right? And behind the scenes, Jim actually said a number of things about Muslims which weren't very nice. For those of you who have been following local current affairs, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, he was downright disgusting with his comments, regardless of what your opinions are. And Avi exposed him by putting that video up. Right? They butchered Avi's interview, lied about what Avi said. Avi exposed the truth and came after Comedy Central. Now Comedy Central and Jim Jeffries have got a leftist bee in their bonnet. So, breaking. Upon arrival in Los Angeles, I was detained and interrogated by the FBI, and I'm currently awaiting to be deported from the USA. The informant was Comedy Central. Full details when I get back home. Now, this was on Avi's Twitter, and if you want to go and check out that particular tweet, you need to go and check out the link that I've dropped to that tweet in the description below. I've also linked the article that he wrote before he went to the US, and that's what I want to read to you, because this really uncovers the truth about why Comedy Central did not want him in America, and why they have gone in someone's pocket, put some big fat wads of cash in there, and said, make sure Avi does not get into America. AviYemini.com.au. American tour to fight the fake news. Interesting how the fake news is trying to stop him from exposing them as fake news. I mean, the cognitive dissonance is so strong here. Says, last week I managed to expose Jim Jeffries and Comedy Central for producing a disgusting fake news story about me. Too often, the mainstream media gets away with these crimes. Damn right they do. They misrepresent stories and individuals. They ruin careers and feed an ugly, divisive narrative. 100%. But these fabrications don't just affect people targeted by the media. They affect everyday citizens, people like you and me, who are being fed lies. And that's exactly what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. We are being fed lies by the mainstream media to serve their own personal political agenda and the agenda of the people who actually own the media, which quite often have people in their pockets, activist groups, very, very rich, influential left-wing influencers. And I'm more of a centrist. I'm not like right or left. I fucking hate the radical left, and I'm not a fan of the radical right either. Much like Jordan Peterson in that sense. These journalists, writers, and personalities go unchallenged. Their zero actions have zero repercussions. Not anymore. Last week, I challenged this dishonesty and won, Avi says. But unsurprisingly, the shocking footage I released has been ignored by the mainstream media. Most of them, at least. Ignored by most of the mainstream media. The same media who allowed me to be misrepresented in the first place. The same media who continues to lie to you. The worst part of this story is that my experience is not uncommon. It is shared by many people who dared stand against left-wing narratives, who then find themselves reprehensibly lied about and their words distorted by dishonest editing. In fact, when I posted the footage on Facebook, I was permanently banned. But these social media giants allowed Jim Jeffries and his ilk to continue to operate. And we know what they are doing is wrong. I've had enough and I won't give up, Avi says. I've been invited to appear on several American shows such as The Rubin Report and Louder with Crowder and others who want to help hold Jim Jeffries, Comedy Central, and the lying media to account. This is not just about me. It's about the hundreds of thousands of people who are lied to on a daily basis, and all the individuals who cannot face the lying media themselves. Right? As a result, I've decided to do this tour. I'm excited to announce that Sydney Watson has agreed to come, but we need your help to cover the expenses. I'm going to go on every show that will have me on. I'm going to go to Comedy Central to demand answers, and I'll even try to get Jim Jeffries to finally answer for his dishonesty. The media have gotten away with this for too long. It stops now. We need your help to cover the international flights from Australia and internal flights in the States. We'll also need basic accommodation. None of this would be possible without your generous donations. Every dollar helps. Click the button below to help us fight the dishonest media. And people donated and they got the tickets, and now the tickets have gone to waste. Why? Because Comedy Central has got a bug up their ass about the fact that they got caught out, that their golden child Jim Jeffries got busted talking shit. And I'm not saying just like, a little bit of a slightly edgy joke, like he was full on slandering Islam. So, you know what happens when you slander any religious group. That's what's going to happen. People have got a right to their freedom of opinion. They don't have a right to impose it on you. At least I don't think they should. Although the governments are starting to grant it to some groups that maybe shouldn't have it. But that's the discussion for another day. And Mavis Hill says, it's amazing how women can join ISIS and get pregnant and re-enter their home in the West. But people like Avi who expose this crap are bad. And that's the problem. And look, there's some guys, I maybe don't agree fully with exactly how Avi approached this so gung-ho. Because in my opinion, if he'd gone by stealth, it would have gone under the radar. But then again, he might not have got the funds raised. So what do? It's like, it's a balancing act. Unfortunately, this one toppled too far in one direction, and we have this situation. But so guys, the US has officially refused entry to Avi Yemini. And what's next for the state of censorship, eh? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now, guys. As you can hear, I'm a little bit croaky, I'm a little bit sick. I want to dedicate this video to my brother MGTOW Thunder. Thank you for what you did this morning. I received the email. I appreciate you. To those of you who want to donate, paypal.me/SydneyMGTOW or patreon.com/SydneyMGTOW. Or if you're Australian based, you can just email me and ask my account details. I appreciate all the assistance you give. I'm pooling it so that when the time is right, I got something for you. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. If you haven't yet subscribed and you're enjoying this video, hit the subscribe button below and smash the bell next to it, like Kate Mulvey and several other ladies. Angelina Jolie. Yeah, she's getting there. Smash the subscribe button and the bell like those smash the wall. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.